Letter 212 to Mistress Hume on her husband's death. This lady, it is highly probable, was Barbara Meehan, the daughter of Barbara Hamilton, noticed above, and the wife of Mr. William Hume, minister, who had gone to England with the Covenanters' army, and who died at Newcastle, probably from wounds inflicted by the army. In the index of the unprinted Acts of the General Assembly of 1645, there is an act entitled Recommendation of Barbara Meehan's Petition to the Parliament, and in the index of the unprinted Acts of the General Assembly of 1646, there is an act entitled Act in Favours of Barbara Meehan, Relict of Umwhile, Mr. William Hume, Minister. The object of this letter is to comfort Mrs. Hume under that painful bereavement. God's voice in the rod. Loving sister, grace, mercy, and peace be to you, if ye have anything better than the husband of your youth, ye are Jesus Christ's debtor for it. Pay not then your debts with grudging. Sorrow may diminish from the sweet fruit of righteousness, but quietness, silence, submission, and faith put a crown upon your sad losses. Ye know whose voice the voice of a crying rod is. Micah chapter 6 verse 9. The name and majesty of the Lord is written on the rod. Read and be instructed. Let Christ have the room of your husband. He hath now no need of you or of your love, for he enjoyeth as much of the love of Christ as his heart can be capable of. I confess that it is a dear bought experience to teach you to undervalue the creature. Yet it is not too dear if Christ think it so. I know that the disputing of your thoughts against his going thither, the way and manner of his death, the instruments, the place, the time, will not ease your spirits, except ye rise higher than second causes, and be silent, because the Lord hath done it. If we measure the goings of the Almighty and his ways, the bottom whereof we see not, we quite mistake God. Oh, how little a portion of God do we see! He is far above our ebb and narrow thoughts. He ruled the world in wisdom ere we creatures of yesterday were born, and will rule it when we shall be lodging beside the worm and corruption. Learn heavenly wisdom, self-denial and mortification by this sad loss. I know that it is not for nothing, except ye deny God to be wise in all he doeth, that ye have lost one on earth. There hath been too little of your love and heart in heaven, and therefore the jealousy of Christ hath done this. It is a mercy that he contendeth with you and all your lovers. I should desire no greater favour for myself than that Christ laid it necessary, and took on such bonds upon himself. Such a one I must have, and such a soul I cannot live in heaven without. John chapter 10 verse 16. And believe it, it is incomprehensible love that Christ saith If I enjoy the glory of my Father and the crown of heaven far above men and angels, I must use all means, though ever so violent, to have the company of such a one forever and ever. If with the eyes of wisdom, as a child of wisdom, ye justify your mother, the wisdom of God, whose child ye are, ye will kiss and embrace this loss, and see much of Christ in it. Believe and submit, and refer the income of the consolations of Jesus and the event of the trial to your heavenly Father, who numbereth all your hairs, and put Christ into his own room in your love. It may be he hath either been out of his own place, or in a place of love inferior to his worth. Repair Christ in all his wrongs done to him, and love him for a husband. And he that is a husband to the widow will be that to you which he hath taken from you. Grace be with you. Your sympathizing brother, Samuel Rutherford, London, October the 15th, 1645.